National 4-H and Youth Livestock Judging Competition in Agribition. Jess is one of those individuals who's gone on to higher education and is now currently studying conservation and restoration ecology at Lakeland College in Vermilion. She's enjoying her college experience and her coursework, and she's very grateful to have this opportunity to be in 4-H and the great impact that all of these items and experiences have made on her. And we're very pleased to have her here today. Here's a word recipient of Jess Verstappen.
Good afternoon, everybody. The key to successful leadership today is influence, not authority, by Kenneth Blanchard. Welcome, leaders, coordinators, ambassadors, and sponsors to the 2015 Leaders Conference. My name is Jess Verstappen, as we were just introduced. I am the 2014 Premier's Award recipient, and I have the honor of presenting the luncheon speech to you today. I'm 18 years old and hail from High Prairie, Alberta. I have been in the Coyote Acres 4-H Club for 5 years. I've done many projects, including beef, sheep, horse, and small engines. Currently, I'm attending Lakeland College in Vermilion and studying environmental sciences. As I'm not ready to leave 4-H quite yet, I joined the Vermilion 4-H Sheep Club as well. Since I love 4-H so much, I might just have to move to Saskatchewan and keep being a member until I'm 26. Many studies have been done on the importance of non-parental adults in the lives of young people. It shapes the way youth learn, how they acquire skills, how they communicate, build leadership development, and how their behavior changes. The role that you as leaders play in the lives of young people extends beyond casual interactions. It can truly change the future of a child. A non-parental adult is an adult who wants to make a difference in the life of a child. Some researchers define non-parental adults as those who have had a significant influence on an adolescent, or who an adolescent can rely on for support. These researchers are talking about you. Youth tend to listen better, at least differently, to adults who are not their parents, and are more likely to accept advice and different ideas from those adults. In one of the studies I read up about, 65% of 4-H members said that the adults in their club made them feel important. They felt that the adults listened to them. That's what 64% of them agreed to. And 74% of the youth reported that their volunteer leaders paid attention to them. The key to youth development is that a child must feel safe and secure, both physically and emotionally. Youth need to have a sense of self-worth, a sense of belonging. They need to find a way to discover themselves, to develop healthy relationships, and make their own values. Be proud of what they can accomplish. 4-H embodies all these aspects through the help of the leaders. I think it cannot be stressed enough what an important role you, the leaders, play in the future of young people. You are the significant non-parental adult in the lives of the youth in your clubs. You make the difference. A well-known African proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child," speaks volumes about the important roles of mentors, leaders, peers, and teachers in children's lives. A sense of belonging, being part of something bigger than themselves, creating a value system, comes from being part of a community. We like to think that we live in a place where people care about each other, and where people pitch in to help when things get rough. We want a safe place where the kids can play outside and the doors to our homes are always open. However, in many areas we're surrounded by crime. Schools have drug problems, and many kids feel alienated and often hide behind closed doors. Life is easier when you're part of a network that includes friends, family, and the community. We live in a society where the individual is centered. Families are spread out across the country, and most contact is now through social media. My generation has grown up in a digital world. We are connected to our devices, like Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and pinning things to Pinterest. We're texting geniuses. This digital world, however, does little to connect us to the real world. Through all this technology, many young people lack proper social and communication skills. When a child is part of 4-H, it becomes part of the 4-H community, a community that embraces the things that we value. It's a place to learn, grow, and develop skills. I would like to reflect a little little bit on my own journey. I was born and raised in the Netherlands. When I was 12 years old, my family moved to Canada, far away from all my friends and family that I had grown up with. 6 years ago, I could not speak a word of English. My parents enrolled my brother and I into school and 4-H. It was here that I was welcomed, learned the language, and integrated in the new community. Our club was very small. We had 8 to 10 kids from only 5 families. It was a very close-knit group. We had lead force and small engine projects at the time, and being rather ambitious, I joined all 3. Our leaders were very enthusiastic, helpful, and they guided us along the way. It was from these leaders and senior 4-H members that went that little extra mile that helped shape who I am today. They exemplified the 4-H model, learn to do by doing. I recall a few years ago when I was just getting more enthusiastic about my youth project, and a close family friend and an avid 4-H supporter came to teach me more about grooming show cats. He showed me how to make certain clips and would then let me try by myself. Due to my nerves and being a little unsure, I made the first few clips over my steer's back, thinking that I was doing a good job. It was then that he said to me, "All right, you've clipped enough air, now you actually have to clip some hair." After the first few actual clips, I was starting to get the hang of it, and it started to help build my confidence. It has been these leaders who have taught me new skills and have developed me into the youth leader that I am today. They showed me opportunities that are open to me, and I learned communication skills and the value of community service. If it was not for these influential people, I would not be standing here before you today as the Communities Work recipient. I would not be a 4-H ambassador, and I would not have been able to go to the National 4-H Forum in Toronto, and I would not have judged the Alberta judging team at Agrivision this past year, and I'm really grateful for this. Being a great leader is not just about doing the big deeds. A great leader understands that sometimes it's just the little things that count. A little word of encouragement, a friendly smile, a solution, a clear explanation, and a positive attitude that makes all the difference. A few years ago, I met a lady, Tracy Gardner, who was very involved in 4-H and other youth programs. It was the first year that I was attending the provincial 4-H sheep show and the summer synergy event. Her attitude has had a profound influence on me, and she manages to instill confidence in you, no matter what's going on. A solution will be found, and you do not have to worry about anything. She makes you feel good and important. She encourages everyone to do better. The ability to empower another is perhaps her greatest quality. It is for youth like me, who at times need to push to do better, to elevate my learning, and to give me a word of encouragement, and to get on my case when I'm slacking. As a teenager, I was not always aware of the importance of doing certain things. I was not always aware of the opportunities that 4-H offers. So leaders, first I thank you for your time, your commitment, and the influence you have on members' lives. 4-H may be the community, but you are the backbone. If it wasn't for the people like you, I've seen projects fail due to poor leadership, and I've seen projects grow from good leadership and enthusiasm. Never underestimate the importance of your role as a youth leader. You may be that one person that makes a difference in a child's life. You have the ability to see opportunities that members may not be aware of. You can foster leadership skills. You can be the confidence builder and the friendly smile at the end of the day. You make it happen. You build the bridge to the future. I would like to leave you with this quote from John C. Maxwell, and I really believe it sums up the essence of this weekend. The single biggest way to impact an organization is to focus on leadership development. There's almost no limit to the potential of an organization that recruits good people, raises them up as leaders, and continually develops them.